welcome to another edition of Sports Scene brought to you by Coca-Cola, and we welcome back myself actually to the show. But Andrew, mate, how are you?
Good, mate, and great to have you back. And congratulations, buddy.
Yes.
Proud father for another time?
Yes, third time now. So it's good, keeping your hands full, keeping me busy, and of course the sleepless nights, as you can see. I'm looking pretty weary, but yep, it's a great job. But the good thing is I get to celebrate Father's Day 3 times in a year. Not only for the kids' birthday, but I do have some fun on those days as well. But there's a lot of things that's been happening around the world of sport as well. We'll cover that in our briefs, sporting briefs. But of course, as you can see in the background, we're here at the Vision City for NSL's presentation awards dinner night.
Yep, that's right. NSL, another successful season for the Telecom NSL, and PNGFA has put on the presentation night to just say thank you to all the sponsors and, of course, the teams themselves for taking part in the competition. And it looks like it's going to be a great event. There's Winton Rufer, the player of the century for the Oceania Football Confederation, here as a special guest. And Sportscene will be catching up with him a little later. But before we do that, I think it is time for Sporting Briefs.
Yep, let's check out the sporting briefs for this week.
In the sports briefs this week, the Oceania Cup kicked off on Saturday at the Lloyd Robson Oval in Port Moresby. The first match saw Cook Islands take on Tahiti. It turned out a much one-sided affair as the Cooks thrashed Tahiti 31 points to 5. In the main game of the day, the Pukpuks did battle with the Solomon Islands. The home side was first in to score and led comfortably into the sheds. The visitors caught the local boys off guard in the second half as they looked almost to force a draw. However, time ran out on them. Pukpuks came home safely, 29 points to 22. Meanwhile, in round 13 of the Digicel Cup, the match in Port Moresby saw the Vipers take on the Murbs. Both sides struggled with drop balls. Ball security continued a problem right through second half as both teams still fumbled. A late try by the Muruks closed the difference and Vipers were home by 2 points, 14 to 12. In the other matches, Wigman beat Eagles 20 to 10, Lions defeated Isapia 26-20, Neox were victorious over Tigers 28-6, and the Warriors beat the Lahanis 28-4.
There you have it, some great sporting action from around the country. And of course, talking of rugby union, we have the Foru Cup, some visiting countries in the country here to play in the Oceania Cup. We have Tahiti, who else?
Solomon Island
and
Cook Island.
Solomon Islands and Cook Islands. And of course, on Sportscene right now, we do have David Mota, captain of Hikari Football Club, the champion club of the 2013 NSL season. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And David, just speaking about the NSL season 2013, another successful year for Hikari, minor premiers and grand final champions. How was it?
Well, it's really a huge thing for the team. Well, like the 8 victories is something that we couldn't believe it, but through the hard work of the players and the management that get us through, and we win the final.
And of course, NSL, as you mentioned, it's been going on for 8 years now. What do you think about how that NSL competition has affected the standard of football in the country?
Well, so far I see the NSL competition is really going really big. The players, their teams, the sponsors, they really help each other, and I see the competition is really going high. But there's only one advice. I just want all the teams to be like, their management, all of them to be like disciplined, so they can discipline so that they can help their team to perform well in their coming games. Yeah.
Now, some advice for junior players out there thinking about trying to get into an NSL club, someone who's been involved in the NSL since it started 8 years ago. What kind of advice by Gimlo, junior player watching right now?
Well, my advice to the junior players is always train hard, and always listen to your coach, and always humble yourself. And yeah, the main thing is always put God first in everything you do. Yeah.
Thank you very much, David. We're going to go to our first break now, but when we return, more on Sports Scene.
And welcome back to Coca-Cola Sports. And we're joined here by assistant coach for the Hookbooks, Frank Genia, and captain himself, Fraka. Thanks for joining us, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll talk about the game on the weekend. How do you think the boys win?
Look, I think the boys, because it was our first game together, it was they had a lot of emotion in them. And I think there's a lot of nerves, really, in that first half. Second half, we sort of got it together. And then we lost control towards the end. But yeah, look, other than that, we should be looking forward to a good game tomorrow.
Did they play how you expected they would play?
In fact, we expected them to obviously perform a lot better. Yeah, as I said, a lot of the emotions and nerves took over the boys because we've been training for quite some time, and that was our first hit out together. But yeah, as I said, we'll put in a much better performance tomorrow.
Fraka, how did you think the boys went on the field?
We should have gone good, but first half we lost our game, but we picked it up in the middle of the game and we just went.
The Solomon Islanders played really well.
Yeah, we played really well. They came across, they got us from the morning, so they just won us.
So how were preparations leading up to that match?
Preparation was good. Boys were looking forward for the game, but some of them made their debuts, and it's a challenge which don't have more experience. But I think the second game will be much better.
So what are you looking at the boys improving on?
Some areas, but we'll look at it.
Looking forward to the game tomorrow?
Yes,
Who are PNG taking on tomorrow?
Tahiti.
The boys, now they're into training?
Yeah, we've obviously it's a short turnaround with just 2 days before our next game. We had a light run this morning, and we'll have another light run this afternoon. Polish up on a few things, and should be ready to go.
What does PNG know about Tahiti?
Not a lot really, but going on their game on the weekend, they're quite strong up front. They're really strong when it comes to mauling, and they're picking and goes. But look, I think if we can nullify their forward pack, I think our bats will do the job.
Who do you think will stand up for the boys coming tomorrow?
Oh, well, we've got quite a few boys who've, as Fraka said, made their debuts coming off the bench on the weekend. And a few of them are starting tomorrow, and I think they'll be ready to put their hands up. I mean, it's a team game, team effort. I think everybody will put their hands up. Because I know for a fact we're all disappointed with ourselves with our first game, so everybody will be standing up tomorrow.
Hey, you want to shout out to all your supporters to come out and support the team tomorrow?
Yes, to my family, friends, rugby union friends, come out and support, and my workmates from MJ Electrical. That's all.
All right, well, we wish the team all the best tomorrow, and hopefully we have a good result.
Yeah, I think we'll have a good result. Thank you.
Tomorrow, if you're not doing anything, head down to PRL where PNG take on Tahiti. Coming up after the break, we take a look at our sports athlete profile for this week. Welcome back to Coca-Cola Sports. Now we have a sports athlete profile for this week, and it is Hubert of the PNG Hookbooks. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Yep, thank you.
Hubert, just tell us a bit about yourself, how old you are and where you're from.
I'm turning 23 years this year, 2013.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Bougainville,
Which part of Bougainville?
Buka. My small village is Hangan. That's part of small Buka.
So how long have you been playing rugby union for?
I started playing rugby when I was grade 12. I used to play soccer, then I switched go to rugby union. That was in 2008.
Is this back in Buka?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about why you like rugby union. What do you find interesting about rugby union?
Firstly, because I had these skills with speed, and I wanted to try out with rugby sevens. In Buka, we only play rugby sevens, so I tried this game of rugby union. Then I find it interesting. That's why I was more interested in rugby union.
Do you look to one day to have a professional career with rugby union?
Yeah, I started representing PNG Pupuks last year. That's my first rep. Then this is my first cap with the 15th team again.
Do you go to school? What school do you?
I graduated from Polytech College, that's in Leh, last year.
Right. Hubert, if there was another sport that you would play besides rugby union, what would it be?
The other sport, I think it's soccer. That's what back in my village, we usually play soccer, only soccer.
Is there any other sport you played before playing rugby union?
No, only soccer, then I started playing rugby. Apart from rugby union, it's rugby league.
Okay. Hubert, what position do you play and what club do you play for?
I play for my provincial team, that's Black Orchid. In sevens, I play center and wing. 15s, I usually play fullback and wing also.
Is there any reason why you like playing those positions?
I like playing fullback and wing because I want to make use of my speed and skills in stepping and all those.
What is your advice to the younger generation that are thinking of taking up the sport of rugby union?
My only advice is guys out there with hidden talent, you have a aim in your life or your goal, you can achieve that. Don't give up. And all those kids out there in the streets, you can do good things apart from doing criminal activities or things like that.
Do you have a favorite sporting idol?
I think my favorite sporting idol is Peter Chemelli. He's one of our PNG rugby player also, and he motivated me to become who I am today now. I think thank you for Chemelli for helping me out with my career, and not forgetting Loda because he's the one giving us talent, and that's it. As representing country, it's an honor representing a country where it's a privilege because there are many other talented guys, so I'm really happy to be picked out from the other talented rugby union players in the country.
Thank you, Hubert, for your time on Coca-Cola Sports.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, I'm Hubert Chera from the Mone Pupuks, and you are watching Coca-Cola Sports Scene.
All right, time to wrap up the show. As you can see, there's a few speeches going on in the background, so we're going to have to switch the camera towards their attention. But yep, National Soccer League, a big success for 2013, and we're going to be looking for big and better things in 2014.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully more teams can come on board and the expansion can happen, and people get down to the fields and get involved in the National Soccer League. It's a great tournament.
All right, good stuff. All right, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Don't forget to keep watching Sports Scene and all the great sporting action that's going to be on MTV. State of Origin's also being just around the corner again, and Game 3, it's back in Sydney. 87,000 people. It's sold out already. Sold out, Game 3, so Queensland, you better watch out.
Series win for the Blues, no doubt about it. And of course, also happening here in Papua New Guinea. And of course, the final round of matches happening this Saturday coming up. Make sure, if you're in Port Moresby, get down to the PRL Stadium and support our Puk-Puks, and hopefully they can walk away with the Foru Cup in 2013.
And if you've got some spare time, come around to Lamana for the Media Pool Comp, the greatest pool comp in history. All right, that's it for Coca-Cola Sports In for this week. We'll see you all next time here on Sports In. Good night.